Howdy everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today's a big day for me. I finally landed a job where I needed to purchase a horizontal bandsaw. I went with the run-of-the-mill Harbor Freight. This is a 1 horsepower unit and it came with a blade, it comes with a stand. It's pretty heavy duty, it's 63 kilograms, which is over 100 pounds. Quite a bit over 100 pounds. So I'm gonna put it together and give it a review, fire it up, make sure it runs really well, and it should be a great help to have in the shop. Come along for the ride. Thanks for checking it out. So I was actually able to pick this one up right at the store. There's a new store that opened up not too far away from my home. So I went down this morning and they had it in stock. There are the directions, safety manual, and owner's instructions. I like the feel of the old-timey wax paper, kind of nostalgic. Oh nice, that's the cutting table. That appears to be everything out of the top. Oh yeah, there's the body of the saw. Nice. Let me get you guys a shot of that. Everything looks to be in the right position though. Oh, the blade's actually already on it. Wow. That's unbelievable. This should be pretty much plug and play. So I went ahead and busted out the instructions. I'm going to follow them for this procedure because they're very well written and very well marked. I am visual. It'll be easy to put this thing together and I'll show you as I do so. So by following the instructions, I've made it to getting the legs assembled, which is step one. Here we go. So we've got the carry handle on this side, and the wheels are going to mount on that side, that way you can pick it up and roll it around. Just using cotter pins to hold the wheels onto the axle. That's all it's doing. It says it just threw a cotter pin, and it did. So the wheels bolt to the leg in a similar fashion using 10mm bolt, head and nut. I believe these are part number 191. They have a flat washer and a lock washer or a spring washer. They come in from the outside of the unit, through the hole, and then in the back, put your nut on. Repeat for the other side. Struggle for a minute, then repeat for the other side. And snug everything down. You might need an extension on your socket for this just to get in here deep enough. Sweet. We now have wheels. I'm gonna flip the stand over. So I've got these little feet that go in here just to support the outside of the machine itself. And I'm gonna mount those in a similar manner to the last set of wheels we mounted. So flat washer, spring washer, flat washer, nut. 2 per foot. They are adjustable so you can get them kind of sort of where you want them. Kind of sort of. And this adds rigidity to the frame as well as gives you a little bit more support while you've got it set down to work on it. Grab our tools, tighten those up. With a lock washer, you shouldn't need to use the wrench. Once you have tension on it, you should be able to just suck it down under its own tension. And again, you don't want to crush these to death. You just want to make sure they're snug. Do that on all 4 feet and we'll take the next step. CAMOHAT, the coolest hat that you can't see. So I was trying to figure out why I only had 2 of these size bolts left on the table. I said, where am I missing bolts? What's going on here? And it turns out that when you put the wheels on, like it shows in the picture, you're supposed to, at that same point, add these 2 feet that I'm adding on this end, over here. So I have 2 bolts left, and that makes sense. I gotta unbolt the wheels and bolt on the feet. So just a quick overview of what we got going on. This is the stand with the wheels bolted to it, and the handle on the other side. Again, this is the 1 horsepower 4x6 horizontal bandsaw. This will cut metal. It is a 3-speed. It has 80, 120, and 200 feet per minute. This is capable of cutting 4x6 rectangular and 4.5 round. The cutting table is 11.5 inches long by 7.5 inches wide. It's 23.5 inches horizontal, so corner to corner. This is a nice machine. I'm really excited to have it set up, and I'll show it to you in just a minute when I get it all going. Okay, so this got crazy real quick. Dang, it's hot. Pushing 85 and I'm sweating my butt off. Shit. This is cast, so you do not want to tighten these up too much. Just let them up. All right, that is bolted together. I'm gonna let some slack off and see if this thing comes crashing to the earth. Whoo, here we go. Oh, I got her jammed up good, bud. Whee, there we go. Okay, it's sitting on its own weight, and I have toes still. Always a good start. Let me get this rigging out of the way, and I'll give you a walk around of the machine. So a few more small details to iron out. Using the provided hex key, you can remove the set screw and then pull the pulley. All right, so some of these steps would most certainly be easier if you had a second set of hands. For example, this step, you have to take this washer and this screw off, as well as the one directly below it, and lose them on the floor, and then take its brother off, and I almost guarantee, even though I'm gonna try real hard, I dropped this one too. Hey, look at that, go brain go. Put it somewhere stupid, you can lose it later. All right, recover the pieces you lost. Try to remember which order they went in, even though you just disassembled them. And what's gonna happen now is this cover's not gonna fit on here. Oh man, that's way off, the hole's way off. So what you have to do is swing the motor up into its assembled location, and then you take your screws that you took out of the face behind the cover, and you put them back to bed. Nailed it. So now you want to make sure your key is back in its keyway, and if you use your witness mark, you can see where the set screw sat when you took everything apart. By using your eyeballs and looking at the diagram, you can tell which one goes which way. Okay. So there's a jam nut down here, and it keeps the motor from going too far forward. It actually provides tension, which is a nice idea. A lot of these motors use a wing nut design in this type of price range, and this is a much better design, so you can keep that belt tensioned up nice. So I'm gonna check the belt speed setting real quick, and then I'm gonna come back, set it up, and I'll show you it running. Okay, plugging it in for the first time. Let's see if we have a fire. No fire, that's a good sign. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm set up for the 45-degree cut that I want to make here. Cool, I like it. So this time I'm going to make the cut. Saw does have an auto stop feature, which is really nice. That cut's pretty slick. Let's take a look at it. So that's the cut we got. Came out pretty clean. Not a lot to deburr there. A little bit on the edge, but that's a nice cut.